Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Java 101 again. We're gonna begin in a bit, so just hold tight. And then only print. Hello,
Hi.
how's everything?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Man, like I was doing like that wedge problem. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, I did. I did one myself, and
How actually I was a little confused about that. How did you guys interpret that, or what were you guys supposed to do for that one?
1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
I don't know. 1 second. 1 second. Um.
Okay.
So he said that I don't know if I told you this or not, but
Yeah.
he told me. Oh wait, no. I don't think this has to do with the wedge problem.
Okay.
Okay. So pretty much he wanted us just to like make a program that could uh, get like um, like what's it
Okay.
called? Like get a number,
Got
like
a
and
number.
then you'd put the number into end, right? And you'd
All right.
start at like, let's say the number you inputted was like 5. He
All
wanted
right.
to make a program that would like output like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that really it? That's what he
Yeah,
wants you.
that's it.
He doesn't want you guys to do a wedge. Why is that a wedge? Why is that
I
a
don't
wedge?
know. See, that's where I was confused. I don't know if he
I
put
know,
the
right? Yeah.
answers on Schoology yet. I'm gonna see if he put the answers already because I want to see his problem.
Because
Because
like
went
at
over it
first,
in class, but
because like I've seen this problem before, but I thought at first he wanted you guys to do like a bunch of stars, and then
yeah,
like
see, that's
make it
what
look like
I
a
thought
wedge.
first. That's what I thought too.
Because what's with the because he said spacing. Why do you need to space it?
He didn't tell us that, and someone asked, and he goes,
Why do you need to space numbers? You know?
"Okay, is that it? Is that all he wanted for this problem? I'm looking at this right now.
Okay.
Curious. Wait, is that it? There's no way. I'm gonna share my screen with you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
Um,
Stop sharing.
I did way more than that. Share screen. This share.
Yeah, I think this one was the one that was. Let me see.
This.
So it's an N1D. This is what he did.
Yep.
Let me see. Let me see. N two N minus one. Okay. Did you try outputting that and wedge minus one minus two N minus one?
This.
Just that program. What does it output? I wish he would show what it output. Is it appended to a copy of the element and the values. Values are entering this. Okay. Hey, it's pretty concise. Yeah, let's try outputting it.
Um. um, I'm just going to copy and paste this. I'm tired.
This one was already due though, because he already had the answer.
It
Okay.
was due on, I think it was due like last night, but
Okay.
I pretty much did like enough that it didn't look terrible, but it just didn't like make it like it didn't work.
And you still turn in something else? What I had was somewhat similar to that. Like, but I also had something else, but I don't know if he probably doesn't want that one, the one with the stars. But let's look at and let's compare what he did and what we did.
Yep. Save. Oh no. Problem. This is. I don't know. I'm just gonna put that. Save. Okay. There. Says
Okay.
I'm confused. What did? Oh wait, no. Well, I guess you can put that. What happened? Do I have to like make like declare n?
Are you on Dr. Java right now?
Yeah.
I can't see your screen.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing this whole time.
Yeah. No. I was.
The only thing I see is like the chapter 9.
Wait. Let me
Cursors.
pause share. No. Let me. New share.
Okay.
Desktop
You can do the advanced one too.
share. There you
Okay, there you go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here's an error. Can I find symbol? Line 8. Okay. Int wedge and then you have to declare what n is.
Right. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Um. 4.
Okay. Oh, he doesn't output it.
Oh.
Let's actually you have to do the for loop to output it again.
Here or after this one?
We're after the first for loop, yeah. You need to, yeah, it should be there. Inside
Okay.
the it should be after the I think
Or after
number
the-
15. After number 15. Yeah. It's exactly the same loop enumeration, but then the body is just the wedge. The inside of the wedge.
How do I do that?
So exactly what you see in line 10, I equals 1. And then like I up all the way to n.
Okay.
And then the same thing for the step I++. Okay. And then inside the body of the for loop after this. So like yeah, put in the closing parentheses, and then the open curly brace. Yeah. So after this one, inside this, just put in wedge, and then like open square bracket I. And then that's it. I think that should be it. And then you need the system.out print line. So wrap it around the wedge I. System.out print line.
We're after this.
Before the wedge. So before the wedge, put it inside the opening curly brace. So
Okay.
before the put in system.out print line and put the wedge I inside the parentheses. Yeah.
Do I have to end it with a?
Yeah. Let's look at what it does or what's inside. Two, 3, 4, 3.
But it didn't start at. What?
And that's a solution. It doesn't even end at like 2.
Yeah. What?
Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. It has to start at 1.
Yeah, the one the one that you probably did started at 1, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Anyways, so that's kind of like what he wants you guys to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's just a sample. Okay. Let me
And
see. Let me see what you did then. Like just to check.
mine just doesn't make any sense, but I'll show it to you anyways.
Because I think this is the easiest one. Like this problem is actually
I just did too much work on this one.
and then like the hardest one is like 24A, which will it's really stupid. But anyways, let's look at this first.
This one I don't even think runs. Yeah, it doesn't run.
N plus 1, and it's almost there. I plus 1. Okay, J equals N. H equals N minus 1. H greater than 0. Okay, that's kind of yeah. J plus plus. Okay, do you wanna do this problem like? I guess do you want to do this from scratch? I can show you the better way and then another way.
Yeah.
If he asks you this later on. Okay.
Okay, great. I'm gonna close this file.
It's kind of like what he did, but
We're gonna do it.
but let's actually do something that looks good.
Oh, also, I want to let you know he like asked me to stay at the end of class yesterday and goes,
To do what?
he goes, "Can I ask you a question, Isabella?" I go, "Yeah."
What?
He's like, I was like freaking out at this point. I was like, "What?" I'm scared. He goes, you're actually writing your programs a little more advanced than the class. I go, "What do you mean?"
It's good, isn't it?
He goes,
Isn't it?
Yeah, you're putting the public static void main like after the program or like whatever we're doing. That's like
You can do that. You can. The one thing I don't like the way he wants you guys to do it is he wants you to like not it's not cryptic.
we're doing like this after.
You can put it either way. You can either put
and
it.
Technically, he goes, "Don't do that until I think he said like next month."
He always says that though, right?
What? He goes, "This is awesome. Like you're doing this really well, and it's like really good, but no one else in the class is doing this, so it's gonna confuse you, and I can't give you points for it if you do it on the test." And I was like, "Oh."
Oh, really? You're gonna lose points?
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, so you're gonna do me like that?" Okay. I was like,
wow.
I was like, "Okay, so tell me to unlearn something for a couple weeks and then teach it to me again. Great, got it. Thanks for letting me know."
He should just accept because let me just give him like bit on that. Like the one thing is in real life, you don't write it all as one loop. I mean, one main program. You never write it that way. Like you have to write it in like chunks. Like you have one main, like one small main, and that small main will like refer whatever you've been doing. Like the way that we've been doing it is actually the way they typically do it.
Right.
If you put it in everything in the main, what ends up happening is it gets very long and it's confusing and it's not, you can't pass it to someone else because like everything there is like, okay, it's like very manual. But if you pass like the methods and to someone else, it's like they could use those exact same methods inside their main.
Right.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I get, okay, if he wants you guys to do it that way, it does get more difficult though. That's the reason why I don't like doing it that way.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's like, yeah.
I knew he was gonna like say he said something similar to this last time. I don't know when he's gonna tell you guys, oh, finally you guys can write it in a method, you know?
Yeah, he said that he was gonna teach the class that in like a couple weeks. I'm like, a couple weeks?
It's been a couple of months.
Like, we've already been in this class for like over 5 months. What?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, the one good thing though is like this problem 10. I think we can write this all in one main. Like we don't even need methods for it.
Okay.
There are other problems like the rotation one and then the chessboard. I think the chessboard one is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like the very like the hardest one. I don't know if you did that one.
The calculator.
Yeah, the calculator one. That one is like very very difficult.
I got it to work, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to because we didn't have to. He told us like the night before at like 1 a.m. He emailed all of us and goes, "Oh, by the way, like I know I've been getting a lot of emails. Like you don't have to figure out subtraction. You only have to figure out addition."
No, but once you figure out subtraction, I mean, like addition, it's actually really
right.
simple.
So I was like, okay, well, thank you for deleting, a third of my work. So I deleted the subtraction stuff, and then I did the rest of the problem, but I could only get it up to 10 digits.
Yeah, because after the 10 digits, the int doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, so I just got.
That's the point, though. Okay, show me what you got later on, because I was getting that same exact thing.
Let me close this. Yeah, let me show you what I did.
That's probably the hardest problem. That one and the rotation.
Yeah, that one I got so frustrated doing. I go, you know what? I'm going to bed.
No, it's a good one though. It's good to do that problem, honestly, because it allows you to like think like, oh, int doesn't work up to a certain point. Let me see. Welcome to
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was thinking about doing an input first, make it interactive, but the one I have is probably like second level, because this is like the final package.
Nice messages like for them to interact with it, and I was like,
yeah, the way you would do it, I was thinking about that like this morning. I was like, the way you would like have, because the first thing you should figure out is how to get the 30 digits and add it while it's in an array, right?
Right.
That's the first thing. That's mainly what you have to do. And I figured that out, but then the first thing, like after doing that, like making it more high level, well packages, why don't you ask the user the one that you said you did, and then you convert it to a string. You convert it to a string and put it inside one of those elements in that array. So what does this one output though?
Wait, why is it? Oh, because okay, I did this one and then I did this one. I'm just gonna show you the picture.
Okay.
I deleted this one because it worked, but I didn't feel like comfortable with it. Like it didn't make any sense to me. I honestly at some point just started like typing stuff into the computer, and at some point like it worked.
Oh, it did? That's good. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, but then this one was like the original one that I made that I felt more comfortable and I understood more, but I couldn't figure out all the errors and I got frustrated.
Okay. So, yeah. I think for this one, we'll do this like maybe next, because I want to do the chess one first. Let's actually do the wedge one first. But yeah, okay. That's good. We'll work on that for sure today. Okay, awesome. So let's do the wedge one first. Like the way it's better that way, because then it's like in progression. That one's the hardest. We'll start with the easiest. Okay, awesome. Okay, so for the wedge one, I would probably write like, like what size it is first. Let's just make it static. Like the size double N. That's what he wants you guys to do, right? Yeah. So like the main size would be double N equals whatever number. Not in there. Like inside the main. So yeah. after line 6, what you had before was fine. The string number bracket, yeah. So just do yeah. So here just type in like double N equals 5, something like that. So like this is what he wants you guys to do in the prompt, I think. It says double N equals 5. Okay. And then I would create like, just to think about how you would do this problem is you have this increasing number, right? Right. From 1 to whatever this double N is. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and you would increase it, and then you put it inside an array. The one thing is you have to put it inside an array. So what I would do is initialize the size of the array. Kind of similar to what you did. I think this would be the size, but just initialize it because it may change, right? Because the array can go from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So that's why I just put like int size and then int n equals int n. And the reason why we're doing this int n is because like it's a double. I don't even know why he wants you guys to have it as a double. Because yeah, he said that, right? Yeah, like it's obviously an int, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, that's why I put that's why in line 9 I put the second int, because then we're gonna typecast it. Okay. Oh yeah, you have to put in the parentheses in the second int. Like you have to close it with 2 parentheses. Oh, here. The int, only in the int. Why is my computer? Whoa, what was that? It was like I don't even know. Wait. Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah. Like this? Put the int inside though.
Oh, inside?
Yeah, because they're typecasting. Do you remember doing this, typecasting?
Vividly.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Is it like
stuff, but
this?
the typecasting is so you have a double end there, right, at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then now you're putting it inside the int, so like you can't just do that. So you have to typecast. You have to convert it while you're initializing it.
Okay, got it.
That's how you have to do it. This is like a shortcut to doing this.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, so you have that. Now you have the size. Yeah, you have the number that you're gonna enumerate to.
Right.
We should define the wedge now, like the.
Okay. Why is my computer making that noise? Oh
It's
my
always
God.
wailing.
Oh my God, what? God. Initialize wedge.
Yeah, so let me just explain first, because the way I'm doing it is like this.
Yeah.
And let me know what you think. So yeah, because you're giving it, what you're trying to do here is you're gonna increase the number from 1 to 5, right? And then you're gonna decrease it.
Okay.
The easiest way I'm thinking about this is, why don't we just like have 2 for loops and then like have these 2 wedges, wedge 1, wedge 2.
Uh-huh.
That will have like one that's gonna make the wedge 1's gonna be numbers that's increasing from 1 to n.
Okay.
And then wedge 2 is gonna be the decreasing one from n to 1.
Right.
And then in the end, we're gonna put them all in one wedge.
All together. Okay.
Yeah. Because in that sense, like you don't have to think about like, because the hardest part here is like, how do you go from n then back down, right?
And then
In
back
one
down.
wedge.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know how to do it in one wedge, starting from the top,
Right.
but you don't know how to do it while you're
Go
inside
back
one
down,
wedge.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, why don't we just do it? Why don't we compartmentalize them and then put them together afterwards? So that's what I did.
Okay.
So just do int wedge 1 like initialization, and then int wedge 2. You know how to do this one. Oh yeah, you have to put the square bracket after
Yeah.
int,
Oh yeah.
and then new int size.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. 1,
Okay.
2, and int size.
And you have to this one you have to
What do I have to do after that? It's like,
so when you do it this way, the one thing to remember when you're initializing like arrays is the initializing is on the left, is always the square bracket goes with the type, which is the int, right?
yeah.
Once you declare it, which is like right on the right of the equal sign, the
Yeah.
square bracket goes after the int.
Like that?
But then you have to declare the size. It's not empty. This is why it's like this.
Is it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you always declare it on the right.
And I have to do the same thing here.
Same thing, yeah. So both of them will be the same size. That's the intent.
Okay.
With this way though, like the one thing that you have to think about is like, okay, it's gonna be 1 to n and then n to 1, right?
Right.
So it's not really an issue, but you'll see like, oh, it's gonna be 1 to 5, and then there's gonna be a second 5, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to print it. You have to mess with where you start.
Okay.
When you print it, you're gonna have to start from 1 instead of 0, but we'll do that later.
Right.
Okay. So now the next thing is, so you have 2 wedges. Now, how do you define the one that's gonna combine them? How would you define it? The size of it? Yeah, it's not really that bad, but like think about it. How would you connect it to wedge 1 and wedge 2?
You have to like,
Without
you
like
have to add them together.
Yeah, but then when the first thing you have to do is like initialize the size, right, of the empty array.
Right.
So it would be kind of similar. On the left of the equal sign is similar, but the right of it, where you have the size, it won't be size. It'll be something different.
It'll be something else. Okay. So I have to write that again.
Yeah, I would just call it like wedge, or because it's gonna be your main guy.
Like this.
Yeah. So that's the same, but then on the right, it's gonna be new, but inside the square bracket is different. What do you think it is?
Would you have to put
It
like?
has to relate to what you already have.
Would it have to do something with n?
It's gonna be like wedge. It's gonna be the length of it, like the size of it. Do you remember doing that?
Yes.
Like the size of wedge of an array. In this case, yeah, an array.
Oh, do I have to like dot length?
Yeah, that length of both of them. So it has to be an addition of those two.
So it has to be size.length or wedge?
It'll be wedge1.length because that's your array.
Okay.
And then plus wedge2 dot length. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is good. You have them initialized. And then now you're gonna actually fill it in, right?
Right.
With the for loops. So that's always the process with arrays. So okay. So now you know how to do this. You did this in the previous one. Let's actually fill in the one that's gonna be increasing from 1 to n first.
So here we initialized the
main wedge. They're actually the same. You're still initializing something.
Initialize main wedge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next thing to do is to fill in the wedges.
I like explaining it because when I go back, it makes more sense.
Yep, that's the intent. That's good.
Okay,
Good thing you're doing that now. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing is the for loop is always the same. Like if you think about it, you're always gonna be working with for loops. The way they're like set up is very much the same. So 0 to n, right? In this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So int n.
Yeah, you have to start. You can't be using n. You have to use another primary. Yeah.
Equals. Would we use 0 because he wants to start at 1, so we have to use 1.
Let me think. Let me see. You could start at 1. Yeah, you could do that. There's 2 ways of doing it. The thing is, you have to start at the beginning of the wedge, though, right?
Yeah.
I would probably just start because the beginning of the wedge is 0, or like an array, any array, and then once you fill it in, you could always add 1 to it. Like you could always do I plus 1.
Right.
So that it doesn't start at 0 yet. Okay.
Greater than or equal to n?
Yeah, n. Okay.
Oh shoot, wait, I need to fix that. Okay. And then I plus plus.
Yeah. Let's actually test this one by one. So let's do this one first. Okay.
Okay. Do I close it to test
And
it?
you have to open the parentheses, the curly brace.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's.
There's an exception.
I appreciate it.
Let's see.
You want to open some windows so you can get some?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Can you close my eyes? Thank you. Oh shoot, let me close this real quick. Compile. All right. Oh shoot. We have to
Okay.
system.output, right?
Okay, so for this one, let me think. We gotta put in on the wedge first, like about the body of the loop. Let's actually do that before we do the system so that we know what's inside.
Do I have to close this before I put system.output?
Yeah. So you have to put it inside the loop first, though, the wedge.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, here. So here.
Yeah. So after this guy, I think system.println, and then you can't do this one yet. It's always a double that when you have to fill it in first and before you system.println.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you could, but the thing is, the one thing it'll output is just for each one is going to be different.
Right.
So I would probably do like define the wedge 1 first, like what's inside. So what I would do is like wedge 1 I, right? And then like square bracket I. And then equal I plus 1 so that it doesn't start with 0.
Got it.
Yeah.
I hate this noise. Oh.
Okay. Let's see because okay, good. Run it. Yeah, see, like it does this. It's like 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, good. Why does it say out of bounds?
Oh.
Is that after or what is that? 19.
He made this he explained this to me yesterday because I got confused on what that error was.
Okay.
Let me try to remember how he explained it. He pretty much just said that that means that like we're like compiling an array that's like not like fully developed or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't remember how I don't think he told us how to fix it, which was the problem, is why I was asking him to explain it. I was like, do you know how to like fix it?
He explained the problem, but not the solution.
Right, exactly.
That's funny. It's always sometimes like, okay, I think what it is because there's always out of bounds. So you have to know where you're starting, where you're ending.
Right.
And then when you do like I+1, that might cause an issue.
Maybe
like,
take this out.
What I would do first is not combine the system.out, so you know what's inside. Like, so take out the system.out print line and just do the wedge. So wedge whatever was inside. So wedge 1, and then like parentheses, open bracket I, whatever you had inside, equal I+1.
Yeah, I plus.
So you could do this like without any problem. It won't do the exception bounds. It's still doing it? That's weird. Let me think. That didn't do it to mine. Oh. Try, you know the final, the less than equal to n, I less than equal to n. Try take out the equal sign. Just put in less than, yeah. Try doing it and then put the same exact wedge 1.
I'm gonna undo that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Let's try to see.
There you go.
Yeah, sometimes it does it. Okay, good. All right. So, and try putting back the system.out print line. I guess you could do that then.
Okay.
Yeah, system.out print line. Let's see what happened. Because then you don't have to do the second one, but you still have to define the other wedge. There you go. Awesome. Okay.
So now we have to do the next one.
So for this one, just type in the what you had first. We'll do it one by one. So the wedge 1, and then another for loop. So close that for loop, and we'll do the second wedge 2. But do the wedge 1 first, because you have to define the body of the code. The wedge 1. Yeah.
That's it.
And then like square bracket, what you had before. Don't erase what you had before is what I'm saying. You erase what you already had. That's like I+1, yeah. And okay, so you're done with this guy, right? So now let's do another one for wedge 2.
Wedge 1.
Okay, so this one you have to do it in the reverse fashion. Do you remember how to do that?
Reverse?
Yeah, well, you had 1, 2, 5 for the first one, right? Wedge 1. So
okay, so you have to do it the opposite.
Yeah, what do you do for wedge 2? Yeah.
So end I would equal 0 again, right?
Yeah.
Then I is greater than n, or is it still less than?
And then let's start with, let's see. I think you have to start with n. No, like let me think. I equals 0. Okay. Let me look at okay, so what I did was a little different. If you try to look at the one I did. Let me look at the output for the one I did. Let me see.
Let me look.
Okay, so let's look at just this guy. Wedge 2 was the, okay, so that's what I did first.
I'm looking at it right now.
And then wedge 1. Wedge 1 is the one that's decreasing.
So
I flipped it. I did flip so we'll do this one first, the one that we So what I did was I define it the same way, because and then I had to do like this wedge 1 dot length divided by 2, which isn't bad. You're gonna have like it's gonna go from the beginning to like the middle. Let's actually write this one first, and then I'll explain it. So wedge 2, just go from I0 to n, the same exact thing as what you had for wedge 1.
Okay.
And we're gonna flip it on the next for loop.
I plus or I minus minus?
Same exact thing as what you had for line 19. And then we're gonna flip it on the second for loop. So
Okay, got it.
yeah, because if you start with like I minus minus, yeah, you start at 0, so it's gonna go negative.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, do I have to put this to the wedge thing?
Yeah, but it's gonna be wedge 2.
There you go.
Okay, and then close this one, and then do another for loop, and this is gonna be the trick here. This one that we're gonna write is gonna flip wedge 2.
Yeah.
So start with I equals 0, same exact thing. And then where you're gonna end is I less than wedge 2 dot length. So make it I less than, yeah. And it's gonna be wedge 2 less than wedge 2 dot length divided by 2.
Why are we dividing it by 2?
Yeah. So this part right here, let's actually write it first. You're dividing it by 2 because I think what I did was you go from the ending and you're gonna flip it.
Okay.
Okay. So you divide it. So try divide it, not the modulo.
What do I do again?
You divide it.
How do I do? Isn't that the sign?
No, that's modulo.
Oh wait. Oh, is it this?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Okay. And then from there, you increase the I. So same thing, same exact thing. I plus plus. Okay. So now let's actually write what's gonna go inside. That's gonna flip it.
Okay. Here, or do we open curly brace?
Yeah. So there's gonna be like a 3-liner. Let's just write it first and then let's output it. So the first thing is gonna be 3 lines. So it's gonna be int j, or yeah. So this j is gonna be. It won't be it's another counter. So you're gonna be using another counter. It won't be the one that you're using, but then you're gonna make it equal wedge 2 at I. So square bracket I. So it's actually gonna be the counter that's gonna increase.
Square bracket this?
And I, yeah. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then the second thing.
Do I close it or keep it open?
It's gonna be a next line, so just suppress that one. So put a semicolon. Okay, and then this next one is gonna be the same exact wedge 2, and then the counter I again.
Can I move this down?
Yeah, that's what I usually do. It looks awkward when it's there. That's why.
I know. I was like, wait.
I don't even know why you were doing that.
I was like, I didn't like that there.
It's okay. So wedge 2, and then the same thing, wedge 2, and then the I counter inside.
Wait, but to equal what?
You're gonna make this equal this thing that's gonna flip it. So equal.
Okay.
Wedge 2. And then inside, you're gonna put wedge 2 dot length. So this is where it's gonna do the flip from the beginning, like from the end and the beginning. They're gonna switch. So you're gonna put a bracket, and then wedge 2 dot length minus the counter I. So just I minus I, and then minus 1. Yeah. So this right here is, so you see that wedge 2 I.
Yeah.
On the left, it's saying take the beginning and then make it equal the wedge dot length. So that's gonna be the ending, right?
Yeah.
And then you're minusing 1 from that, -1. So like, for example, for the first one, you put 0 there, and then the length would be 5, and then 5 minus 1, so 4. The reason why you're doing that is because you know, we always start with 0, right?
Right.
So that's just a way to like, kind of like in general, it doesn't matter where you start, it's gonna fix it. It's just gonna take the last one and then make it equal on the left, which is like the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So everything from the ending of your array, which is 5, in the beginning, it's gonna become the first line, and then the second is gonna be 4, 3, 2, 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
This is how you flip it. Okay. And then the next one, the third one is, do you remember that J?
Yeah.
So that J is actually just a temporary like dummy variable.
Okay.
And then you're gonna make it equal J now. So whatever you had, like this wedge2 dot length minus I minus 1, you're gonna make this equal J now.
Okay. So do I put that on the next line?
Yeah, the next line, yeah.
It would be like int J equals.
You already have you already initialized it, so all you have so you have to do wedge2.
Okay.
Bracket wedge2 dot length minus I minus 1 equals J. Because that's like the temporary variable. This is, you always do this if you're gonna temporarily switch something inside a for loop. You did it in 26, you made it equal the first one, and then now you're gonna make it equal J again.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why you did this is like in line 26, you temporarily made J every first element of your wedge2.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you're switching it. So, and then the next thing is now you're gonna make it equal J.
Right.
Yeah. This is like, these 3 lines are just a way for you. So now let's actually look at the wedge2. Well, let's close this for loop and then do another for loop to print out wedge2.
Okay, for system.outprint.
You have to do the I equals 0.
Oh, I have to do it all over again?
Yeah, it's always the same thing.
Okay, there. And then bracket system. And
Okay. Yeah, you know this one.
wedge 2. Is that it?
And bracket,
Oh,
right?
yeah, bracket. I.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Okay, there.
Okay. Let's see what.
Oh wait, we have to do one more.
Okay. Oh yeah, you have to put the suppression, semicolon. Yeah.
What's up
What is
there?
that? I equals I. Kind of find symbol. Oh yeah, you have to int that one because it's a new. You always initialize the, yeah. You need to put int when you int. Yeah. Okay. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we did it. And so now you have, when you put them together though, so that's the thing, that's the next thing we have to do, right? We have to put them together.
Right.
Let's look at this. So you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can I delete this for loop or do I keep it there?
Yeah, delete that one because that was just to check it.
Yeah.
We could, so you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wedge 1. We could take out the 5 already for wedge 2. Let's see if we have, or you could do it later. I think, because now by doing that, let's see, post 0, wedge 1. Yeah, let's actually do that now. So because this next one is just gonna, this next algorithm is gonna put them together.
Okay, so what do I do? Just take the 5 out?
No, not that one. Not that 5.
What?
the 5 in like the output of wedge 2. How are we gonna take? Because like, if you think about it, you're gonna combine them. Wedge 1 have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
And then now you see wedge 2 has 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So I want to. You don't want to have 2 5s when you combine them.
Right.
Together. So we need to take out the 5 for the wedge 2.
Okay.
Because you want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right?
Yeah, right.
How would you take out that 5? I want you to, I guess,
You have
experiment.
to start. You have to tell it to start like. Would you have to tell it to not start at 0 and start at 1?
Let's see. Try do some experiment. Yeah, try do that first. It's always good to do what you think, and then let's experiment, see if it works.
Oh wait. Well, then should I put the system.output back?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I do. Okay.
Oh no.
What?
Try put that 0. Yeah. Try change the 23 instead. 23. Because
Where?
that one is just reversing it.
This.
Yeah. Why don't we do this
Like-
one for line 23 instead of, because you're going from 0. You're doing wedge 2 I equals I plus 1, right? For wedge 2.
Yeah.
What is that really doing? So you're saying let's do the first iteration. So wedge 2 at 0. That's gonna be the first element of wedge 2, right?
Yeah.
And you want that to be 0 plus 1. Yeah.
So do that. 0 plus.
Let me think. So, and you want to take out 5. Your goal here is to take out the 5.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be the final number. It's not the initial number, right?
Right.
Let's see. So you start with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually going to 4. You're actually going to 4, which is the 5th one. So you have to mess with not the counter, but the inside of the loop. So wedge 2 I equals I plus 1.
Wedge 2 I equals, yeah.
Yeah, you have to mess with that one.
Okay. What about like what I just do like
And it has to be a general formula. That's the thing. It has to be a general formula.
plus
So
2?
because if you take out the 1, you're gonna start with 0.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna start with 0, right?
Yeah, I just want to see what this does.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then do you have to do -1?
Let's see.
What?
I know. It's frustrating sometimes.
Okay, wait. So +1. If
Plus 1 works.
you start at, wait, what if I did like +0? Haha.
But then now you have the 0.
Oh, shoot.
Now you have the 0. So let's see. That's easy actually, because when you go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
And then you append this, or you put this together with the wedge 1, wedge 2. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You at least have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now you just have to figure out the 0 part. You could just not print the 0 part.
Right.
Like, because at the end of this, you're gonna put it in a wedge, and then you're gonna print the wedge.
Yeah.
And then once the wedge has the 0, just print it up to 1. That works, right?
Right. So I can keep this.
You could keep that. You could just put it equal I. You don't actually have to put +0, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. That's actually so true. Oh,
So yeah, this is good. Well, we can work with this now. Does that make sense? Like this is good because like you have the right 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
And then the 0 you can just not print 0, only up to 1.
Right.
You have that perfect control right there.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's actually figure out the way you can combine them. So that's the third thing. So you initialize, you filled it in, and now let's make fill in wedge.
So I have to do. It's gonna be after this, right?
Yeah, it's after that guy. Yeah.
So do you have to do like wedge 1 plus like wedge 2 or something?
You could. I tried doing that, but you have to do it in a for loop. You can't just do it that way. Yeah, you have to always do it in a for loop. That's why it's a pain.
Okay, so this whole thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Let's see. Yeah, so it's gonna be what you did in line 23, kind of similar to what you did in line 23.
Okay.
But then you're going up to the. You start with. I guess the end is gonna be the wedge 2 length.
Right.
There's another way of doing this. Maybe instead of doing. Yeah, I'll actually show you this different way of doing it. You know how like we've been defining the for loop with like I less than, right? I plus plus.
Yeah.
You can define a for loop in a different way by just doing like what we're gonna do here. Let's define the counter first outside the for loop. So
Okay.
before the for loop, put int and then like maybe like j equals 0, or not jk, so you don't get confused with the other j. So let's check out this for loop, and then let's actually define the int outside. So there's another way of defining a for loop. So let's do it this way. So int, and then like this isn't gonna be another dummy variable, so just put in k.
Okay.
K equals, and then you're gonna start with 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after this, now type in the for loop. Okay, so this is a different way of defining the for loop. It's like a one-line for loop. So what you're gonna put inside is gonna be int, maybe like ijkl, put l, another counter, and then put in a colon. Like not a semicolon, just a colon. That's why it's different. So from the colon, go all the way to wedge 1. You don't even have to put in the dot length because it doesn't matter in this case.
Okay.
So what this is saying is go from the dummy variable L, which is going to be, this is going to fill in like whatever is in wedge 1, like all the different elements of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to take 1 and put it in L in the first iteration.
Okay.
And then the second iteration is going to put 2 and put it in L. So on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So this is what it's doing. Okay. Now close it with a parentheses, and then let's write the body of the for loop.
Like this?
Yeah, and then the open bracket, the curly bracket. Okay. And then inside the for loop, now this is where we're gonna fill in the main wedge. So type in wedge. And then bracket, and then we're gonna put something inside the bracket of the wedge. So do you remember the int k?
Yeah.
So the int k, so that's why there's two variables here. The k, the dummy variable, is gonna be the one counting what's inside the main wedge.
Right.
And then the L dummy variable is gonna be the one counting or taking in all the different like elements of wedge 1.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's why there's 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have to correlate that. So what we have to do is we're gonna use what you did for k, right? Like so wedge, the main wedge, you put k inside the bracket because that's gonna be the enumeration of each of the elements there.
Okay.
So for each of those elements, you're gonna make that so closing bracket, so wedge k closing bracket, right? And then equal. So for each of the elements in wedge, the main wedge, you're gonna make that equal 1. So from what I explained, let me make that clear. So from what I explained, the L, right, is gonna take in every element of wedge 1.
Right.
So from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes those for every iteration.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna put that though? Where are we gonna put all those elements of wedge 1? In the main wedge, right?
Yeah.
How are we gonna correlate that the elements of wedge 1 to wedge k, or in the main wedge? What are we gonna make wedge k equal what?
Wedge 1.
Not really. It has to be, because if you make it equal wedge 1, it's not the same. It's not the element, it's the main array, right? You're making an array equal the element, doesn't work.
Right.
You have to make it equal the element. So what's the element of wedge 1?
The element?
L, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Inside, yeah. Element is like everything inside the array.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, these are words that the way you usually say these things. Like the element is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this case, right?
Yeah.
And then like k and l are indexes or dummy variables.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask, like, does that make sense? You have to make all the elements of the main wedge equal the wedge 1 elements.
Yeah, that makes sense.
K is the index of your main wedge, but L is the index of your wedge 1.
Yeah.
But then this int L colon wedge 1, what this is doing is it's passing all the elements of wedge 1 to L, right? One by one, with each iteration of the loop. So those elements are in L. We want to pass that to the main wedge, right?
Okay.
So wedge square bracket k, this is enumerating for each iteration. You're gonna have the elements of the main wedge, right?
Right.
And how do you pass the elements of wedge 1? You have to make it equal L.
Okay, so I have to put L.
Yeah. Does that make sense though? This is the part where like, how the heck are you passing it?
That makes more sense.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's how you define K and L. It could be totally there. And then so now in the body, in a for loop, there's always the where you start, where you end, right?
Right.
What's the third thing we didn't define yet?
Wedge 2.
Not yet. So you know how like in the for you have I equals 0, I up to like a final number, right?
Yeah. Oh, the I plus plus.
Yeah. Where did we define it here? We didn't yet, right?
No, we didn't.
So you have to define that next. So on the next line.
Okay. Wait. Should I keep this here or do I move it down?
You should definitely move. Yeah.
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 Can I move this down over here too?
You should, yeah. You don't have to if you only have one.
I usually like doing that, but I didn't know if I
Oh, you do?
should.
Okay. It's up to you. But like, yeah, like so after this one, let's see, wedge K equals L. How would you type in the step function, like the iteration? It'll be the same thing, right? Like plus
Yeah.
plus, but which counter are you gonna step through? Is it L or is it K?
K.
Yeah, good job. Yeah,
It's the main one, right?
Yeah, yeah. K is the main one.
Right. So
L is the other guy, but it would be K because that's where you started. Yeah.
So K equals.
K plus plus.
Okay. Plus.
All right, good.
That's it?
So that's what you have. So in your mind, what happened here? Like from line 32 to 35, what happened?
So we initialized the dummy variable K to equal 0.
Okay, good.
And then we made a for loop.
Yeah.
And we did another initialization of another dummy variable, which was L. And we made it equal wedge 1. And then inside the body of the for loop, we made wedge K, like the main wedge.
Yeah.
Use K as its dummy variable. So then we equaled it to L so that the wedge 1 was in the main wedge now.
Okay.
And then 35, we did the K plus plus because the K is the main wedge.
Okay.
And
okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But
I'm still kind of confused about that. The K plus.
The K plus plus?
Yeah.
So K plus plus here, so there's two ways of defining a for loop. The first way is what you're typically doing, where everything is in one line.
Okay.
But then this way, the reason why you did it this way is because you're passing another dummy variable L.
Okay.
But all those three elements, where you start, where you end, how many times you're stepping through the loop, is defined this way, but they're in like different lines. So where you initialize it is outside. Where is the other one? Up to what? Let me see. K plus plus. Oh, and what you're doing with this one is you're kind of not doing the second part, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just stepping through the loop. So by doing K plus plus, but the way it knows how many times you have to do it is because of this dummy variable. Like this will like end after wedge 1 is done. Like after you go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Right.
Like, and then after you reach the fifth one, then it will that will be the final number. You're going from 0 to the final element of wedge 1. And then how many times you're stepping through it is K plus plus. You're going from 0 and then 1. That's why it's plus 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 1.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can make it plus 2. This K plus plus can be written as K equals K plus 1. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why we're doing K plus plus.
K equals K plus 1.
Yeah, that's exactly the same.
I actually like that better.
Okay, good. Yeah, because you can make it equal plus 2, K plus 2. But for the most part, it's always plus 1.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you could have done the same thing with the other for loop. Okay, so that's what you did here was you passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through the main wedge. So now let's pass 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the next thing we're gonna do.
Right.
Okay,
So
let's actually break that one.
And I do it here after the for loop is closed.
Yeah, after the for loop. Let's see how you would do this. Let me think. Okay. Okay. So this one is not tricky, but you know how like you had you don't have to initialize it if you think about it, because then you're thinking like, do I have to initialize this next K to 0 again or another variable, right?
Right.
But if you think about it, you do k equals 0, and now you went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just start where you left off? So you don't have to initialize it. All you have to do is change 33. But then it's a copy of 33, but it's not to wedge 1. It's gonna be to what?
Wedge 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So this to wedge 2.
Yeah. So this is how you do it. Like you start with.
I use the same dummy variable L.
Yeah, I would just do that one.
Okay.
It doesn't matter though, because it's a different loop. But
Right.
I think to keep it consistent so that like you know that both of these loops are working together.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Okay. And it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
3 o'clock.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so do wedge K
Yeah.
equals L,
Yeah.
and then same thing, the K equals K plus 1.
Yeah. It's good, right? It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's why you want, like, when you're writing these loops or like programming, you always want to keep it like either change only one thing and find a pattern. This is the pattern right here. You're only changing one thing. So there is another way of doing this. Maybe you could do it like for homework. Like, why don't we do it the way we did it before?
Right.
Yeah, we kind of did something similar to this too. Do you remember the number, the Scrabble one
Yeah.
with the random numbers? It's before that one, where we started with 0 and then we filled in the array
Yeah.
to like 14. There was like RSP or something like that.
Okay.
You could do it kind of similar to that.
Okay.
But, okay, so let's finish this one. So you have the wedge now filled in, right?
Yep.
Let's actually output the wedge. See what's in there.
Like that? Or do I have to put the I thing?
Yeah, put in the I thing, and then you have to do the for loop.
This?
You have to put like the what you usually do, the for loop before this one, before the system.out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a pain. The for loop thing, every time you're working with arrays, there's always the for loop.
Yippee.
How do you like for loops so far? Is it terrible or
They're
what?
like,
They're tricky.
I
Yeah.
don't know, like they're I understand them, but they're just a
Sometimes they
pain.
get really complicated though.
Yeah.
Like especially if it's like a double one.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if this works.
This noise, I'm like, oh.
All right, let's see. Which one is this? This is wedge.
Yeah, it's just wedge.
Try do, let me see, wedge, why is there like a I equals n to the, oh, it shouldn't be n, right? It should be, because that's up to 5. It should be wedge dot length. Yeah. There you go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Perfect. That's good. And then now we have 0.
Yeah.
So the only thing you have to do is the whatever you wanted it to go to wedge.length, right?
Yeah.
So how would you make it go to 1 only? Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, not to 0. Oh, you would have to change wedge.length. How would you change it?
It'd be like, you'd have to change wedge.length.
To what? You have to add something to it.
Like, I don't,
Just think about it. Like, what is wedge.length?
it's giving you the length of the size of the wedge.
Okay, and you're passing it inside it's an index, right, of the wedge, right?
Yeah. Do you have to like
You're-
-1 or something?
Yeah, exactly. You said it, yeah. Put -1.
Here?
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Compile. Run.
Awesome.
Okay.
See, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. See, but then like what he gave us, he was telling us in class, he goes, like, because some of the kids were showing their programs,
Yeah.
and he was like, I don't know why you guys are making these programs so long. And I was like, I don't understand why you're giving us problems that you think we're gonna solve in 3 lines.
That's what he did is not bad. The one thing is that way he did
Did it
it.
even work properly? Is my question. Did it work?
Yeah. Anyways, try make this a 100. Like, let's make it like something really large and see if it still works. That's always good to make it like super long.
Oh, shit.
Let's go up and see if it worked. 99. What in the middle? Let's look at the middle. Okay, so 679. Okay. Is there only one 100? Yes, only one 100. Okay, good. Yeah, it does work. Then you can show him this and he won't get mad because there's no method.
Wait, I wonder if it just
Yeah, it works. It's
Alright, awesome.
it's flawless.
Wait. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna rename this file Wedge problem.
Okay.
Save.
There's another cool way of outputting this, but not using numbers. But we'll do that when he asks you. It's actually like if you look at my problem 10, it's the second one I added today.
Okay, let me look real quick.
It's the one with the asterisk. It actually looks like a wedge if you wanted to do it that way.
Wait, let's see what he added to mine. Oh wait, no, it's a different program. I thought he added a comment to the one that I turned in.
Which one? Oh yeah, he comments it on your work?
Yeah, he comments on the work. Like usually he'll say like, this is flawless code, but you're doing it too advanced for what we're learning right now.
That's the common thing he always says.
Literally every time he goes, this is beautiful work, Isabella, but it's not what we're doing in class. And I was like, well, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's Kim, right? What's his name again? I forget his name.
June Kim.
Okay, it is Kim. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like I said, you should tell him this is what you do in real life.
Like I was so about to scream at him when he pulled me aside. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. You cannot just tell me. And this was the first time he told me that after I turned in over 10 assignments with that as my
main thing, yeah.
Like base of my code. Like I don't understand why he had to tell me now a week before our test. Like, okay. Oh, cool. Just tell me now.
It's fine. It's not like if you know it, the way we worked on this wedge one, there's no methods, right? There's no methods. Yeah. It is longer without methods, but like let's actually work on the 23. Let's look at 23 because it's easy. The way we've been doing it, it's easy to actually make it long. If he wants it long, we'll make it like the long version. But
if you want to go through over, 15 lines of code, Mr. Kim, we'll give it to you.
Okay. Did you do 23? Like 23 is the one that's like a pre-B for like 15. 15 is the checkerboard one or chessboard.
23.
Yeah, this is the median one, I think. But you already did this one probably. It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, the only one that I have to do, the only other homework like from that assignment, I think was just the calculator.
Okay, well, did you guys do the was it checkerboard one? Chalkboard?
No, I don't think we've done that yet. Did I send that to you?
Yeah, you did. 15.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm going to Google
the 2-day array color. The 2-day. No, it's not a checkboard, but more like the 2-day array color. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Wait.
The 2-day array color.
Okay.
I think you guys did it last time.
The only thing that was the one that when did I send that to you?
The other time, the one we didn't finish.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you finish this one, the checkboard?
Yeah, I finished it.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
Okay. Because it's pretty much like just doing what we talked about before, the double for loop.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's actually talk about the large integer one.
Okay, this is the one I opened up. Let me exit this out real quick. And then after, because I know we'll probably have time, he gave us like additional practice.
Okay.
And they're just like little questions that you can just answer.
It's not a code thing?
Yeah, they're just like questions that we can go through.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that after.
All right, let's look at this one. we can, I don't know, do you want to use this one or?
Yeah, I want to use this one. I don't, yeah. you can
Okay,
use- I
so
just wanna fix this.
please input the first number you want to add. And so what I would do is, so you read the number, but we have to change it to a string,
Okay.
right? Or actually, this is an int number. So it's an int number. We can't even do that, honestly. Because if you're gonna input the number, it's gonna fail because after the 11th, right? The 11th digit.
Yeah.
So maybe we have to input it as a string and convert it into an array.
Okay, so I have to put this to string.
Yeah, let's do it that way. If you remember doing the red, what and you have to change the read to something else, I think the next line or something. Or actually, this is easy reader. I don't know what the.
I think it's read line.
Read line. Okay, good. Because for scanner, it's like next line. Okay.
Read line. Let me just compile that. Make sure that there's no errors in that line.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, great.
Okay, so for this one, so yeah, you're gonna read a string, and for each string, what we're gonna try to figure out right now first is getting that string number. It's gonna be a string, a number that's interpreted as a string. You're gonna split each one, and then you're gonna put it inside an array. We have to figure that out. So let's see. So convert. So let's say put it after the maybe erase 24, 25. Let's actually do that first, because then, and then like all these other ones. Okay, so for this one, try outputting it, and let's just see what happens. Output what you have for user one. And let's just check if it works with like multiple numbers. So system.out user after this one. So because then it's gonna ask you that system.out user one.
User one.
Yeah.
Why did I put underscores?
And we have to do, okay.
Let's just put 30. 30.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. So let's actually parse. So I think the command, if I remember, is we have to do a for loop, but then let's do a small one first to see if it works. So try doing int like some dummy variable, doesn't matter, equal like integer capital I.
Oh, equal integer?
Yeah, capital I, yeah, integer dot parse small p and then capital I nt parse int. And then put in like inside of open parentheses, put in the user one. Yeah. And let's see what happened. And then out system.out this int one and system.out I. And if this works, then we have to do this in a for loop so that each one of those numbers, each one of those digits become an integer. Perfect. So it is an integer. So it is a number. And I think we can check if it is. I think what was the command for that one?
What?
If something is an integer. Is integer? Is integer?
Wait, I'm confused.
Do you remember what the command is to check if what data type something is?
No.
Let me look at this up. If I remember, I think it's like is integer. Is integer. Or was that like a? data type. I think it's like data type. This is just a check for us. We don't actually have to do this one, but let's just check. I thought there was an easy get type. Oh, I think it's get type. Isn't it get type?
Get type.
Yeah, let me see. Get type.
It might be.
Get type. Let's see.
Provides 3 different ways to find the type of an object at runtime, like instance of keyword get class and is instance method of Java. Type of object, while others also return true. Wait, what? No. I don't know. Yeah.
This is like one of the beginning things that you guys get to learn.
I really don't remember learning that though.
It's always good to know if, like, for example, because in this case, we're converting a string into an integer, right?
Yeah.
And we want to know if, because that's the only way you can add it. Like, you won't be able to add it if it's not an integer. Java field get type. Check. Oh, another way you could do it is let's just put it like I, like system.out, that print line I equal int 1. And then if it's true, then that's an integer. Yeah, that's another way. Int 1. Or just a number 1. I guess you could just say a number 1. Because then not like just the number. You don't have to put the int. Yeah. And then you make sure that I that you type is 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't matter. Just continue and then redo.
So this one has to be 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So that works. Okay, so now let's so if it works that you can convert the string that you input as an integer, let's do that for
user 2.
Let me think, because you have to for loop it. That's why you have to for loop each one, converting each individual digit, right?
Yeah.
And this is our strategy. We're gonna like convert it, and then we're gonna in a for loop for each individual digit, and we're gonna place it inside an array, like individually as in a for loop.
Okay.
That's not that bad. We've kind of done that. Like you're gonna iterate through a for loop. I mean through an array.
Yeah.
And then for each one, you pass that integer, like I, the dummy variable, inside the element of a for loop.
Right.
So yeah, you could just put in a for loop, maybe like some other variable, and then iterate to. Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna see real quick. I don't even think because I want to see what stupid response he did for this one.
Okay.
Because I don't even think he wrote it.
He didn't write this one?
I don't think so. I didn't see it when I was looking at the solution.
There's many ways of doing this problem, but.
Oh my God, no, he didn't. Wow.
He did?
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't? Okay. Wow. Let's just figure it out. For one thing, like if you figure this out, this is like one of those like interesting ones where like, oh man, I've done something great, you know? Because like something like this, like you have to look back, it's like, oh, why do you have to do it? It's because the int doesn't work after the 11th, like the 10th digit. Okay. So let's figure it out. So just start from 0, I guess. Same thing as usual. Oh, yeah, we have to probably define an array, right?
Yeah.
We have to initialize an array before the for loop.
Yeah. So give me a second.
Basics. The basics always kick you. I know.
Literally. Okay. Like array. Right. You have to start with that.
Yeah, you have to initialize it first, the data type. So the int, right?
Int.
Yeah.
Int what? Array?
Int bracket. You have to do the bracket first. Yeah.
Just bracket? Nothing inside?
And then the variable. After this is the variable. So nothing inside, yeah. Nothing inside, but it's the variable that defines your array.
User 1.
I just put array A or 1. Because you're gonna have 2, you have to add both of them. Okay.
Equals.
And then the way you're gonna define this is new, right? And it's gonna be 30 digits. How would you do that?
New array.
Yeah, int. It has to be an int.
Oh, new int.
And then now you do this with the bracket, but then with a number inside.
30.
It's yeah, with a square bracket. With the number, yeah, 30 exactly.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then do it for the second one that you're gonna add.
Int array 2 equals new int and 30.
Okay, goody. So you have them initialized.
So I'm gonna put right here. Initialize array.
Awesome.
Wait, to make the user, wait, to allow 30 digit numbers.
Awesome. Okay. So that's the very first thing. And now I guess if you want like this step here is you're converting or you're filling in the array with digits. With user defined digits.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So let's do the for loop. Now we can do the for loop.
Okay.
And how would you do that? Same thing as what you've done before.
Int 5
Yeah.
equals 0.
Yep.
I is less than user 1.
What usually what happens here is when you define the last element, what would you do? Like, or the last like number? How would you do that? Is it the user or is it the array?
Oh, the array.
Okay, array what? Array 1 what?
Array 1.
Dot.
Dot length.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I plus plus.
Exactly. All right. And then let's write the body of the for loop.
Yeah.
So okay, you did the I int, and then for each one of those, oh shoot, you use the same I. You probably have to do something different. Let's see.
Here, J.
Let me think actually. So you said integer that parse user 1. But the thing is, if you pass, because you're making it an integer, right? It's still gonna fail once you do the int, because it's gonna be longer than 10 digits, and you're making that equal an integer.
Right.
But you want to bypass that, and the way you bypass that is you convert it 1 by 1, right?
Right.
Not like all 10 and all 11 digits or to 30.
Okay.
So let's think. So how do you parse out each digit of the user 1? Let me think. So integer that part, because that's this parse that int is gonna convert everything, not each digit, right?
Right.
Is there another? It might be another command where you split the string. You probably you have to split the string. Man, he's giving you guys this. This is like intermediate level, not like beginner's level.
Okay. So, and then he's getting mad that I'm like.
Because then you have to like, how do you split the string? Because you have to split the string. You can't put in the whole thing after 11 digit. I think you do split. Split is the command. Let's see. That's what that was. And he didn't even figure it out.
Literally.
Split. You have to split it into characters. I thought there was a way to split the string. Let me think. Oh wait, maybe you could do that one. Try to do this one. This is just like outside of what we're doing right now, so we can check. So let's just let's comment out this loop. Let's comment it out so that we don't have to run it yet. We have to figure out something else, because we can't do what we wanted until we figure out how to convert the the string into
Right.
each individual splits. Okay, so comment 30 as well. You want to comment 30 out?
Okay. This whole thing?
No, leave that because that's good. It will run. No, not 30. Line 30.
Oh. What? I'm confused.
Line 30. Yeah. Okay. So on the next line, let's do some experiments. Let's put in like user.1 on line 31. Line 31.
Line 31.
Yeah. So let's put in user.1.
.1.
Or you not that one, user1 dot split. And this is a weird one, like anything. And then put in a square, not square, put in a parentheses, open parentheses, and then put in 2 double quotes.
2 double quotes.
Yeah.
Close.
Let me think if this one will work. It's kind of cryptic, that's why.
I know.
So inside the quotation marks, put in a parentheses. Yeah, let's just go with this. Let's see what happens first. So put in parentheses inside the quotation mark.
Oh, again?
Yeah. Here,
Oh, what do you mean here?
try to look at your chat and then just copy this.
Let me look.
Put that inside whatever the quotation marks are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Nice.
Like I said, it's cryptic.
There we go.
And then put that inside of parentheses. Okay. And then output this one. So after you do this, try output system.out user1. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
If it's an array, it might not. Like, let's just check though. If it's an array, it's probably going to give you some weird numbers. Oh, look, it did it. But then put in like something that's large, like more than 10 digits.
Compile, run. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. I
1,
would just type
2, 3,
random
4,
numbers.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay, good. But the thing is, let me think. It still didn't split it though, right?
No.
User1. Or maybe you have to, maybe output user.1 that's split. That whole thing, 31. Just copy the whole thing or just inside the parentheses of 32. Yeah. And like without the colon. Okay, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay. See, it is a string and it outputs some weird numbers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it's an array. So let's see. Maybe it is an array. Let's see a string array. Let's actually put this inside a variable, the line 31.
Okay.
Put it inside a variable, like maybe array 1 now. You can make, or just put in this dummy array because we're experimenting right now. We're not doing. We don't know if it works. Let me think. Just maybe. I think it's already an array though. So like just put it inside like a regular variable, like any other variable.
Like that's an int?
Yeah. We have to check if it's an array, let's say. And
do I put this as J?
Hold on. Let's do what you did for 25 and like put it as J.
This?
Yeah, and then make it equal, what you did there, like int square bracket, just to make it int square bracket empty, and J equal that guy, but Let's see if that works. And then inside the parentheses of 32, put J. And then if it's gonna output some weird numbers again. Let's look at that one. So
Give me an
does
error.
it say, oh, it's a string. That's like make it string and not an int. Big S, I think. Okay, good.
At this point, I'm just like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I use. That's what I would. Okay, it is a string. So it's a bunch of weird numbers. Okay, let's actually do the for loop. Let's do the for loop.
Okay.
Before 32. So you know where I'm heading to. Since it's an array, maybe I think it's an array. Let's do exactly what we would do. From 0 to like the length of J.
Int equals 0.
And you need a variable there, I think.
Would I put array 1?
J dot length. It's J this time, yeah. And I plus plus. I think you have to define the I in int after int. Okay. And then let's see. And then I put in the open curly brace. Open curly brace, and then let's put in J, like line 33, J square bracket I, open square bracket. Not here. You already have what you have in line 34, right?
Yeah.
Change that J inside system.print line to J square bracket I. And then like try output, let's see what happens. Let's see if we see the number that you're going to input in like a vertical line. Awesome. So it is a vertical line. So it is an array.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. The thing is to explain it. Well, how did you know? That right there is a cryptic way of like splitting it. There is another way. But on line 31, just like to explain that, that's just a way for you to convert it, which is like a good one because it's just one line, right?
Yeah, so what do I say?
So for this one, convert user. You don't have to actually say anything because this is what you're doing, filling in an array with user-defined digits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you could just put it the same way as what you had before the for loop. So now we've figured out how to convert it into an
What do
array.
I do with this?
So what you're gonna do with line 32, put it before line 29. You can take out the for loop now, just the one-liner.
This?
Yeah, because that was the for loop there, 30 and 31 was just to know what's inside the J. Okay, so now instead of J, we're gonna make this array, right?
Right.
Let's think first. Let's think. So can't make it array because it's an int. So we're gonna make it's gonna be a string array, and then we're gonna string array. Just put an array1 string. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then do that same exact thing for array2 or user2.
Here.
Yeah, but then array2 string user2. Okay, so now both of them have been converted to a string array. And then for each one of those digits, now you can uncomment the 32, 33.
I converted to string array.
Okay.
I'm writing that.
Okay, let's look at 32, 33. So now you have a bunch of string, right? No.
Yeah.
And then now we're gonna use integer parse int for each one of those elements. So it's not hard. It's just you have to connect them properly. Like you have the elements now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have them. You have the user integer, a user two integers, and then you convert it to strings. And each one of those string arrays, elements, you have to convert it to an integer one by one.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to connect that?
That's a really good question.
So I guess we could march through the elements of array 1 first, right? So let's see. The user 1 inside line 33, like
Yeah.
make that array one string bracket I think that's the way you would do it. 1 string bracket I. Because then you're marching towards each one of those elements from 0 to the length of array 1, right?
Yeah.
I think not. It wouldn't be the length of array 1. Array 1. Oh, let me think. Because it would only work if it's 30 digits, right?
Yeah.
What if it's not 30 digits?
Oh, oh.
So make array 1 equal array 1 string for now. We'll make it into 30 later on. We'll extend it to 30. So the array 1 dot length, make that array 1 string dot length. The array 1, just add in string. Okay, and then so you're going from 0 to the length of the string array of 1. And then you're making that, you're converting that to the string element to an integer. Okay, you're putting that each individual one to a dummy variable j. And then for each dummy variable, now it's an integer, right?
Yeah.
Let's pass that integer inside array 1. That's the next step, passing it to array 1.
Okay.
So how would you do that? Next line, yeah.
So
now you have it all in j. This j is going to take in all the different integers of array 1 string. So now you want to pass j inside the elements of array 1. It's kind of similar to what we did previously.
Okay, so
for the wedge one.
So you'd have to do like int array 1, right?
You already defined it as an int.
Okay, so array 1.
And then what about array 1?
Like you have to.
How do you access the elements of array 1?
You have to like. Wait, I'm going back to the wedge problem.
Yeah, here you go. It's kind of similar to what we did here.
Where do we do it? Where do we do it?
It's kind of like line 25, if you think about it.
Line 25.
You see this wedge to I equals
Yeah.
I. Yeah. But in our case, it's more complicated. Let's look at what we have. So it would be array 1
Yeah.
bracket I. Bracket I equals what?
J.
J, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Now it makes sense.
Okay, that's it.
And then let's see. That's our theory. Now let's actually spit it out and see if it works.
So what do our system output?
You have to close the for loop first.
Okay.
So close the for loop, suppress that one, close the for loop, and then do another for loop for outputting array 1 elements.
Oh, this right here.
It's kind of like that, yeah. You have to change that, though. Yeah. So if you start from 0, then to what? To the length of what?
Length of J.
It would be the array 1.
Array 1.
Yeah. But you're gonna have a bunch of zeros, but that's fine.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And then open curly bracket. And then the next thing is says not print line. You know this one already.
And then I just have to put J or array 1.
It'll be array 1. And then what about array 1? It's gonna be each individual element, right?
Bracket I.
Exactly. Yeah, you're getting it. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, let's run it. Suppress.
Oh yeah, my bad. Oh yeah, I keep doing that.
Okay, that's good.
Run.
All right, bunch of zeros. Oh, yeah, that's good. It worked.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, the next thing is to do the same thing for array 2.
Do another for loop.
Yeah, you can just copy the whole thing. Like exactly what you did for 32 to 35, but then change the 1 to 2. It's really exactly the same thing. Okay. So you have that, and then the next thing is now we can do what I did, the one I sent you. So let's actually do that now, because both of them are now a bunch of arrays, right? Of
Right.
integers, not strings.
Right.
So this is the harder part.
Oh, yippee.
The harder part is to actually do this. But then like he doesn't want you to do it in a method.
I know. I saw that. And I texted one of my friends. I go, what is he talking about? And they're like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of give up. I was like, okay.
Why doesn't he want you to do it? Like it's so much like cleaner.
I know.
What the
I
heck?
think he wants to make our life a little bit more difficult.
Before you like do the shortcut. It's not really a shortcut. It's actually thinking.
Just the easier way of doing it.
Yeah.
And he gets mad if we spend over 45 minutes on our homework. I'm like,
Then how we can't win because you have to do it that way.
I don't understand.
If you don't want us to do that, then we have to do a method.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll just do it the way he said. So let's look at, let's say, let's make it some big int. We have, can you open the one I have, the 25? Or like it's actually the same name. So maybe like just open it in a notepad somewhere else.
Yeah, wait. I'm going to your email.
So that, because we're gonna look at some big int, that's gonna be the one, the method, but we're gonna put it inside the main instead.
Problem 15?
Yeah, we're gonna put it in problem 35, problem 25. Assignment 35, problem 25. Just open it in a notepad.
Okay.
Or like whatever you have. Let's see.
Well, it's here. I have this. I can. Wait.
Some big int array 1.
How do you do advanced? The advanced one.
Which one?
Oh, can I just do desktop one? Yeah.
Some big.
Oh wait. I'm gonna do.
This is the one. This is the one.
Advanced. Yeah, this. Share. Okay.
So this one is some big int right here. This is the algorithm, the method. The sum big int and difference big int. So you actually helped me figure out the part that I wanted. That's good.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy your code for before this array A. So this sum big int, we have to put this in like the main now. And where it's applied is in the for loop, so that's gonna be a pain.
Oh no.
It's applied in the for loop. That's why it's easy to do it in a method.
Oh wait, this is so cool. This advanced thing, that's so cool.
What is that one?
The advanced like screen sharing that I can go to the other thing.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Whatever you just did.
I'm like switching. Can you see when I switch?
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'm gonna try that later on. I didn't know that one.
I don't know that either.
Okay, so some per col. Okay, I would just copy. You know that so that we can just switch things around. You know that some big int. Go to some big int. The method that I wrote up top.
Up here, right?
The one up top.
Wait, it's literally not letting me move my mouse. Oh, there. Okay.
Okay, I can't tell what line these are, but like this whole thing, the sum big int. Just copy what's inside.
Where?
From int sum per call to return total array.
The
first one inside, yeah, that one, yeah, exactly. To return total array. That guy, yeah.
Where do I put that? Here?
We're gonna put that after this guy, yeah.
Oh my god, you're joking.
I see. What?
It usually lets me do that.
Why is it not happening? It's a notepad, so it should work.
Yeah, what? Wait, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second because I think that's because of the sharing being like so weird.
Okay.
Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. There we go. Okay.
Okay, let me see it.
Share. I'm not doing this advanced thing anymore. We're doing desktop one. Okay, share. Okay.
All right. Okay, awesome. Okay, so int sum per call. So that's me initializing it. So how you would do this if you have a method is you just paste it in the main, and then you have to change some variables. That's really the game.
Okay.
So let's see what I did. So some big int is inside a for loop. So maybe it's gonna be difficult. So this A and B inside this algorithm is gonna be your array one and array two. That's gonna be what we're gonna change.
Which part?
You see the A and B's? There's big A, B, right? Yeah. Those are gonna be array one and array two for you.
Okay, should I do that real quick?
Yeah, let's see if it works first. So array one, yeah. And so when you do that one, okay. And then you're not gonna return anything, obviously. Oh, but it will be in total array. Maybe that's what we're gonna do. It will be in total array. Yeah, okay. I think I get it. Okay, just do that and then.
I already did it.
Okay, that's it? Okay. So delete 55 because it's not a function. It's not a method. You're not returning anything. So it's gonna be total array is gonna be what you're gonna put inside the for loop. So let's write, so after this, line 55, let's write the sum array. You're gonna sum the array. So int bracket and int bracket and array sum. I guess that's what the one I did. Equal like new int. And then it's gonna be your array one dot length.
What is it?
It's gonna be bracket. It's gonna be array one for you. Array one dot length plus one. All right. Tell me first, does this make sense? It's a lot of stuff in here. I didn't actually explain the algorithm, but let me think. Just look at the algorithm and tell me if you think it makes sense. It took a while to do, but okay. So what ends up happening here first before we continue is.
What's the sum per col thing that I'm confused about?
So the sum per column is that's like a dummy 0. So for each of the columns, you see, you know how like when you type in like 30 digits, right?
Yeah.
There's two things that makes this problem hard. Is what if you had like a double like 10, you know? Like what if it's like 5 plus 5? 5 plus 4 is fine, right?
Right.
It's gonna become 9. But what if you had 5 plus 5? You have a 2 digits now, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's the carried value is what's gonna take care of that. The sum per col is gonna be each individual element of the array. So like each individual element is gonna be a column in essence.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, this one is a little difficult.
Is there an easier way to like make this name?
You could just like sum per element.
Okay.
And then carried value would be carried value would be, let's see, because this is going to be how you shift it. Kind of like shift value, you can make a shift value. Yeah, once you start like, okay, good, okay. Let's actually check it first. So sometimes something's amiss when you change things. Okay. And then the carried value, you could change that one as well.
To what?
Shift value. This is going to be how you shift it. You're going to shift things once you reach like double digits. Yeah, that one's a difficult one. Like, especially once you get to like the higher level ones.
Yeah.
But let's just check if it works. Shift value and then total array. There's really no other way. That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. Array sum equals new vent array one dot length. Okay. So let's finish this one. So. Oh yeah. Try suppressing this first. Yeah. What does it say? Line 55. It says int array sum new. Incompatible int cannot be converted to int dot. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Can we just check that out?
let me think. Array sum, array 1 dot length plus 1. And array A is just 1 length. Why is it asking you to do a matrix? Because and your array 1, your array 1 should be only 1 dimensional, right? Try go back up. Like up to where you define it. So array 1 is only 1 dimensional.
Yeah.
Why is it asking you to do it 2 dimensional?
I don't know.
Try do that again.
What?
The compile and run.
Well, because I took one of the brackets off. You want me to put it back?
Just run the one that you have right now.
Okay.
Okay, actually, that's good. Okay. I think we're good, right? It didn't output anything. I thought it was I thought there was something of an error.
No, there was an error because it was like this.
Oh, it was like that. Okay.
But then I deleted those.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. So that one's good. The next thing is doing a for loop.
What should I explain that we did here?
Okay. So for that one, that's when you're summing it up. You're summing arrays, the 2 arrays.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really the algorithm. Okay, so this next part is you're gonna put it inside array sum. Because that one is like empty, right?
Which one?
Array sum, it's empty right now.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna put in what you did in summing it up, the total array.
Yeah.
You're gonna put that inside array sum.
Okay. So.
Okay, so let's do a for loop. Because that's the only way.
So int I.
Yeah. And it's gonna be the length of array sum.
I put array sum.
Yeah.
Dot length.
Yeah. And the same thing in plus plus. Okay. And let's see if this one works. So let's put something inside the for loop first. So the for loop is gonna be you're gonna put array sum I. Like that's gonna be for each individual element of the empty array.
Yeah.
You're gonna put in the total array, the one that you added.
Right.
Yeah. So it's gonna be equal total array. And then it's gonna be, I mean, this is a simple one. It's the same exact thing. You just bracket I it. So array sum bracket I equals total array bracket I. Okay, so after this, let's see. So for this one, let's actually system out the sum. Let's just look at it. Outside the for loop. Let's look at outside the for loop. And then like do another for loop, but then
What
do
did I just do?
Okay, do another for loop, but then the same thing as what you did before.
Okay. What am I outputting?
And you're printing out the array sum.
Okay. Bracket I.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yep, that's it. Let's look at, let's actually put in a 30-digit one this time. Let's see if that will work.
Okay. Compile. Run. Okay. My key's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6.
yeah, you have to actually count it.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30.
Okay, is that, let's see, does it add it? Let's look at the first digit first. Add 2, yeah, 2 is good. 4, 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6, but there's a 0 there though.
Yeah.
Let's look at the last digit. It should be a 9. Okay,
9.
good. 7. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
We could check it, but like
Why did it make it? Why did it split it up?
What do you mean?
It split it up. It didn't make it in one line.
Oh, you want it to be in one line? Oh yeah. Let's on line 62, just take out ln. Take out the ln. Print ln, right? Put it, just print, yeah. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna put like an actual number, like
Let's put in like a small number, yeah.
900,567.
Yeah, and then same digit.
56,340. What now?
Oh, that's good. 7. Let's actually do what the math is. Let's actually like type it. 567 plus 56340. So you have 956907. You had, oh, but the thing is with this, it's adding. It's not. See, like there's also something weird with this one, because if you put in like not similar digits, it's gonna add like, you know how you typically add, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna add 5 and 9, which is 14.
Right.
Try put in same. I think that's the other thing we have to figure out, which I didn't figure out.
Right.
Try do just like 1s and 2s, and let's see if actually, but same exact number of digits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, same exact digits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think that's what he wants you guys to do. It has to be 6 digits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants you guys to do. Sorry, like same exact number of digits.
Oh, that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know if maybe there is a way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, that one works. Yeah. You
Yeah.
just have, that 0, you just have to take it out, but that's fine. The beginning 0.
Why are there so many zeros at the end though?
Because it's 30. There's 30, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
This is, yeah, I know it's weird, but the answer is there, but you have to clean it up.
Got it.
This is usually the case. There's a bunch of data and then you clean it up, but the answer is there.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. So that's summing it, right?
Yeah.
Let's actually take out that first 0. That's easy. Just you can start at 1, I think, for the line 61. For line 61, if you start at 1, and let's check if it doesn't do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go.
6, 8, 7. Oh wait. 10, 0, 1, 2, 2, 1, 7. Awesome. That works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. That's summing it. Is this the only thing they want you to do? You don't have to do the difference.
Nope.
The difference one is not that hard since you know how to do the summing.
Yeah. No, it's just this.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, we have time to do to look over the other stuff.
Okay. First of all, like, does this make sense? This one isn't bad, but okay, that one makes sense. Okay.
That makes sense. Let me. Oh, now it's letting me move between screens. What?
It does do it.
God, I literally don't.
Even though you're not in the other.
I don't understand this.
Did we do the rotations one by chance? I forget.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this next one. Which of array to contain 4 elements? Okay. Let me ask you, what do you think of this one? What would you do? Which of the following correctly initialize an array to contain 4 elements? Oh, to initialize?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not filling it in. So new int for int 0 less than r. It should be number 2. But the thing is, number 3 is filling it with zeros.
Yeah.
I think 1 and 2 are. Oh, 1, 2, and 3. There's no 2 only though, right? There's no 2 only. There's only 1 only, 3 only, but there's no 2.
2 and 3, 1.
1 and 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, each with a value of 0. There you go. I didn't read it all the way.
Oh, okay. Then
4
one
each with a value of 0.
with
It should be 1 and 3.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
like no, hold up. No, 1, 2, and 3.
It is?
Because remember how we initialized the 30 digits? And you
Yeah.
add, there
Oh,
was
yeah.
a lot of
Right. It
zeros,
was
right?
zeros. Yeah, you're right.
It should be 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Next. For the following code segment, you may assume that ARR is an array of int values.
Which I find will be the result of executing the segment. Okay.
It's 4 o'clock.
Sorry.
All right. Int sum equal r. So that's going to be the sum and the array equals I equals 0. While, oh, there's a while loop. We didn't actually talk about while loops. So I is less than the length of r. That's going to be your criteria, which is going to, and you do I plus plus sum, and the sum would be adding 1 to each array.
If I wanted to input this into Java, what would I put as system.outprint?
You would system.outprint the sum.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's why I want, this is, a bunch of these are saying sum of R1, 0, 1 will be stored in sum, right?
Yeah.
So try to put it in Java. That's usually the best trick.
Okay.
And then like just check if it works. If it doesn't end up with the infinite loop, which I don't like to do, hopefully it doesn't. Because that's what happens when you do a while loop. You get a bunch of infinite loops if you don't have a right
Let me take a
ending.
look at that and write it. There. Okay. Int sum equals ARR. Oh no, bracket 0 bracket comma I equals 0 semicolon while there I is less than ARR dot length.
Okay. So that's saying up to let me see. Did you define R? You didn't define R yet though.
Oh yeah, you're right. I plus plus. And then sum
And I. Yeah, you have to define I.
plus equals ARR bracket I. There we go. Okay.
Okay, let's initialize R and then I. Just
Is it
initialize them. Like for I, you just have to do int I. That's it. That's it. Because you declared it after line 7. Okay.
Is R an int?
R looks like an int, yeah. So R on bracket R is int bracket R, right?
Yeah, right.
Int bracket. And then R, no, not bracket, just 1. So int R, let's see. But the thing is, yeah, it has to be an empty array. So you have to make it equal an empty array. So line 6. Oh, wait. Okay. I is already defined, and was it line 8? I is already defined, but the thing is like, oh, is that, try delete 5, try delete 5. R may not have been initialized, yeah, so it's just R. So you have to initialize it, so equal new, I think you could just do new int with the empty bracket, yeah. Try to do that one. No, you cannot. So you have to put in the dimensions. Let's do some arbitrary dimensions. So int bracket 5 maybe. Okay, good. But it's out of bounds. So sum equal to the arc length. So R length 0. And then you didn't the thing is, it doesn't have anything in there. So it should sum it. Try put in like instead of doing new ints, just initialize it as like a brat. You know, the old way where you manually put in like numbers inside the curly braces, like just random numbers, like 1, 2, 3, a comma, yeah. And then like let it run down. Was it line 11? Okay, so it's still doing that one. Okay, int sum equal r of 0, while I goes from to 3. Sum is like, this is like the total one, I plus plus. Oh, it's I plus plus. Try put that after the 11. At this point, I just want to like see if it runs. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. Okay. So it runs when you switch it, but this one it doesn't run.
Like an error will occur, right?
Yeah, I think it's a line E or letter E.
Yeah, because that would have to be after that.
It should be for the most part. Yeah.
Okay.
So nothing will happen. So is it a runtime error though? What is a runtime error? Do you remember that one?
Runtime error.
Yeah. There's logic, runtime, and syntax, right?
Yeah, isn't it just an issue with like trying to run the code?
Trying to run the code, yeah. That's one good way.
That's like a way of putting it.
That's like any error.
Yeah.
But that works, yeah.
Okay, great.
It's an error. It's not an infinite loop for sure. Okay. All right, let's look at this one. So what is the maximum number of times the small can be printed? Oh, you know this one. This one isn't that bad. You've seen this multiple times. So if array I is less than some value, right?
Yeah.
What is the maximum number of times the small will be printed? 2 to k, isn't it k minus 2 or k? No, 2 k minus 2 should be k minus 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, it is.
It's either k minus 1 or k minus 2. It's one of those. It can't be k.
No, it's not 1 or 0. I think it's k minus 2.
Okay, you can test it out, but it's one C or D, yeah.
Okay. The following code fragment is intended to find the smallest value in array bracket 0 ... array and minus 1.
Following code fragment is intended to find the smallest value. This code is incorrect for the segment to work. Isn't that which of the following? Okay, so you're debugging this. Okay. All right, let's look at the code itself. Maybe you could copy it and we'll look at it.
I'll do that.
It's exactly what you would do. You would debug it if it doesn't work.
Oh, let me take a photo. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Int min equals r 0. And well, I think we already know that I++ has to be moved down.
Yeah, what does it say?
Not in the right place.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing, yeah.
So we already know that. I hate this noise so much. It bothers me, and I have to do it like it happens when I'm like coding during the test, and I literally want to.
Oh, it's cringy. Yeah.
So annoying.
That's crazy. Yeah, maybe like you didn't figure out how to remove it at all.
No, I've been trying to figure it out for like 3 weeks. Okay.
Buy a new one. Let me see. Is this it? Is this the code?
Yep.
Okay. Variable R. Some of it obviously is not defined. Let's actually, yeah, we have to do it now because it's assumed that it's already defined. The same thing as what we did before.
So int bracket r equals,
some random thing.
yeah, like, can I just put one number or do I have to put more?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
And then int, is that it?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, you have to suppress it. Yeah. And then let's see if there's another thing that you have to think. Let's see. Class. Oh, and yeah. Int and something maybe like. Oh, it's gonna go out of bounds if it's it has to match how long your R is, right?
So 2?
Not. I think int n is not an array. It's just a variable. So maybe just 2, without the brace. Okay, it's actually only 1 because you only have 1 element. Make your line number 5 like multiple numbers. Maybe like 3 numbers. And then so you go 0, 1, 2, and then your n is gonna be 4 or 3. 0, 1, 2, 4. It has to be 4. Okay. Out of bounds. Okay. Let's look at what it says. Change the line int 1 to int equals 0. Make another change.
I equals 0.
Look at number 3. Let's try to do that actually.
That's for the while loop as follows.
Equal.
Wow.
Yeah. Try put an equal sign there. Oh, but it's gonna give you something else. And try put that as 3. And make it 3. It doesn't give it to you, but let's just look because then there's 3 things in there. It's still out of bounds.
Yeah.
So. Oh, on line 2, they switched to I++. I know that one, right? The I++ is afterward.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you switch that, yeah, that's the one thing that you said. Okay, put that there, which is like option 2, and then run it. Yeah, take that out. Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's it.
Yep.
That's the only thing he wants you to do, man. But that's not really good. That's not that hard.
Yeah. Okay, great. So 2.
Bingo card.
Which the following is a common replacement for
Yeah,
the array of bingo card.
Which of the following is a code replacement bingo card? Okay, declare array. Oh, it's just declaring an array.
Yeah.
It would be int declare, right? Why is it? You didn't even. Let me see the. Is it a class? Is it? Oh, it's a class.
Yep.
And then declare. It's a constructor. And number of players. Because B, C, and D assumes that it's gonna be a class, like, and then you're gonna create like E doesn't look like it's right.
No.
I'm guessing. Try go back up again. What is num players? Oh, it doesn't tell you.
Yeah. Oh, it says the array has num players elements.
Okay. Private int. It's either B, C, or D, but it's not C. It's not B, or is it B? New vehicle new int. No, it has to be D.
No.
D or A. But the thing is, like, does it tell you anything? Try go back up. I want to see if it's actually a class. Private int, because did you guys talk about constructors yet? And then what was it called? Getters and go getters. What was that? It's creating a class. Accessors and manipulators. Does this sound familiar?
Yes.
Accessors and manipulators, yeah. And mutators, not manipulators. Mutators, which is part of like the constructor, and then this private int. This is how you. So it has to be D. If you guys talked about it already.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to be D.
That's D. Okay. Number 2, the following program segment is intended to find the index of the first negative integer in R0 to that are
work as intended.
bracket? Yeah, bracket n minus 2 n minus 1. Where r is an array.
Whenever r contains at least
Work
one
as
negative
intended.
integer. One negative integer. Oh, because it's greater than a sign. It's usually less than, because you're doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So I think it'll only work if it's wherever it contains no negative. It should be C or D.
I think it's E.
Why is it D? Non-negative.
No, E.
Whenever r contains no negative integers. You're going, and then you're doing I++, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So what? It has to be minus those. And you're going from 0 to though.
Yeah.
So it's intending that you're supposed to increase it, not.
Yeah, exactly.
So it will never work. You could test it if you want.
Okay. Let me check another photo.
And then so it should be, because it's usually less than.
I know, that's what I thought. Okay.
You like that one right there. It's less than, right?
Yeah. Int I equals 0.
Okay, so you have to initialize r. Okay. And location, I guess. But I think this location part doesn't matter. Like we're just checking the while loop here.
Okay, so
we have to initialize the location and r. So let's initialize r. Like something random. Okay, and then like let's look at the location.
what happened?
The int bracket, open bracket.
Oh shoot.
The bracket, yeah. And then like the location. Make that an int as well. Int location, yeah. Okay, so that's good. Initializing is good. It's just the array errors now. So the array errors, let's see, it's gonna go from, well, the array of 0 is less than or equal to 0, or greater than or equal to 0.
We put one negative integer.
I think the first one now.
Did it work? Does that mean?
Did it work?
Yeah, with at least one negative integer. At least one non-negative integer. Okay, let's try like 2.
It worked as well.
And then
At least one non-negative.
No, it doesn't work when there's no negative integers.
If there's no negative, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So at least one negative. It should be C, right?
Yeah, it's at least one. Because, well, let me see. Actually, we'll figure that out if I put all of them as negative. Yeah, so it has to be whenever r contains at least one negative integer.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to contain one non-negative integer.
It doesn't have to be positive, yeah. It doesn't have to.
Right.
Okay, so C is good. Awesome.
Question 5, is that a long question? Yes, it is. Or no, it's not. Wait.
Is it number 5 only? That was number 30, right?
Question. Yeah, this is a whole question.
Let me look at this one. Refer to if array 1 initially contains 11 zeros, what will array 2 contain after execution of the code? Okay, so this is a typical one. You could just, because it's asking you what is it after, right? Just plot it in. I mean, like execute this one and see what happens. It gives you the initialized array, and then you can just see what's the execution. So type this in and let's see.
Okay. That's a doozy. Count equals 0. 4. Oh, I put O. That's funny. 4. Um,
For the exam though, you guys don't have access to the computer, though, right? Or do you?
we do.
Awesome. Okay, so what you're doing now is good.
Yeah. We didn't get to for like the first month, and then everyone just started complaining. So he was finally like, "What?"
Yeah, I would. I would as well.
Because he was making us all do it like
By hand.
in our by hand or in our minds, and we were all like, "No."
In the
Thank you.
beginning, it's good to do that, but things get harder. Like when you're doing arrays.
Yeah, like some of them were only like maybe like one line problems that we just had to look at and figure out. But these are like getting more intense. That it's like you can't just give us 20 minutes for 30 problems
Doesn't
like
work that way,
this and expect us to do each of them in 30 seconds. Like, no,
Yeah,
I'm not a genius. Some of them are, and some of them can do it, but yeah, not.
that's good. If you look at this, like, if you do this like every single day, yeah, it works out. you can figure it out, but then in real life you do have to use a computer. So
Yeah, like
yeah.
what?
So I don't know what he's doing with you guys.
I'm just like, I'm gonna go to
Alright.
some of his like meetings though this week to ask him a couple questions because.
Okay, you guys will only be tested on the arrays, I would figure,
Yes.
and the for loops, right?
And just everything that's been in this review that we've been looking at.
Okay, that's not bad. I
I
think
think there's something on AP Classroom that I'm gonna look at, but I can't do it with you because it's like on lockdown browser, so it'll
yeah.
turn off.
Oh yeah. What you can do is just. Oh yeah, you can't even take a picture.
I can on my phone. I can send them to you.
Yeah, if there's anything there, I remember last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But as I see it, it seems like you got this. It's not that hard actually, unless you get.
No, this is actually the chapter that I've felt most comfortable with. So.
Awesome. Okay. The next ones, are you guys gonna be doing the listed array collections?
I
Array
don't
list.
know yet.
Those will be fun if you guys do that, because that's the part where like people usually use that more than this. What you're doing right now is primitive, so it's fine though. But like knowing this will help you with those collections.
Okay.
Yeah, those are fun because then you get to you know how like these arrays you have to define like each size, right, every single time.
Yeah.
But in real life, like, do you ever know how long something is? you have to just fill something in, right? Like a
Yeah.
Excel sheet. You just fill it in. You don't know how long. Like
Yeah.
like prior to doing something, you don't know how long it's gonna take.
Right.
You just fill it in. So yeah, the array list, you don't have to initialize the size. You could just fill it in. It'll automatically increase the capacity, which is good. Okay.
Do I have to initialize this n?
What does it say? And yeah, you do. Yeah.
Int n equals. I just put a random number. Or is it an array?
What is this? And where is it being used? I think it's just a number.
Okay. So 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
This big N.
What is this?
What is this on?
Array.
R1. There's a bunch of stuff that you have to. Yeah. So I think R1 is an array. And then, does he give you R1? I think he does give you R1, right?
Yeah.
This is the one that he wants you to change. So okay. Or like it's gonna change it through the code. So what is it? Or what's the initial value? I thought he gave you that one.
So you give it to us over here.
Number 5. Oh, it says there.
N equals R1 dot length.
Okay, that makes sense. Length of R1, but then you have to do it after R1.
Yeah. So here.
After line 6. So like, in line 6, you're gonna define R1. Yeah. And then he gives you R1.
Does he?
Yeah, it says it right there. If array 1.
0, 6, 0, or 0, 0, 2. 0, 6, 0, 4, 0, 0, 2.
There you go. Okay, let's see. Int big N.
Where?
The big N. Int. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, good. And then what does he want you to do? What will R2 contain? Oh, okay. So he wants you to output R2.
Okay.
System.out, like so for loop.
I'm not sure do line. R2. Do I have to put I?
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Oh, I. Okay. What happened?
Variable I cannot find symbol. Oh, it's a one-line for loop, so that's fine. You have to define another for loop. What he defined in 15, 16, it's a one-line for loop without braces, so it's fine. Just define the same exact thing. Oh yeah, the other thing is with the for loop, you don't have to put braces if it's only one line.
Oh, okay.
That's what he did there.
So here?
Let me, yeah, put it right there, yeah.
Okay. Compile. Run. 0604002. This one.
Isn't it the same thing? What in the world? Oh no, it is the same thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Why is it the same thing though?
And one of them was that's one of the answers.
It is. It's just kind of pointless.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Okay, I mean that's what he wants. Yeah, okay, D then.
Yes. Okay, here's the last one.
Numcols. Okay, suppose there's a matrix. Okay, after the method call mat staff mat, that will be okay. So you should do the same thing. But yeah, but this is for a matrix now, so it's a double 2D array.
Oh, yippee. Okay.
Oh yeah, for those ones, are you good with the matrices? What we did last time?
Yes, and like no. Like I get the basic definition of them, and like I get how to like.
Yeah, those are good. He might ask you something to create, kind of like similar to if you get the code for it last time, like write it down and
Okay.
Yeah, I think you'll be good.
Public static void main. Wait.
You just have to create what he said.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have to create a method?
Yes. Int mat comma int row. Does it say? Yes, it does.
Oh, so you do have to do a main. Okay, that's fine.
Love it. Int non-calls 0 dot length for int col equals 0 col calls. But usually when we do, which is easier, is usually when we do the test, we can copy and paste it. Like it's like a copy, it's copy and pastable.
Oh, that's awesome.
Rewrite it.
That should make
faster.
As long as you know, like what you're doing right now, if you know how to do this and do it like really quick, it's easy.
Makes my life much easier.
Yeah, no one
At this point, the only thing that like freaks me out about these tests is like the programming. But 90% of the time, like he'll still give you like a good score if it's not compilable.
I see.
Like I remember like the last test we had, like I think it was out of 12 points.
Yeah.
I literally like had like no time
to do all
to finish the whole coding.
Yeah.
So I pretty much, because he gives you like steps. So I pretty much did like
parts one.
I think like maybe like 6 out of 9 of the steps.
Yeah.
One of the steps was like the main like execution of the program, and I still got like a 9 out of 12 or a 10 out of 12. So I was like, okay, so you're just telling me that I don't have to finish the whole thing as long as
you don't. Usually
everything that I did is right. You know what I'm saying?
Partial credit for this thing, which is good. Something I guess he probably figured out like his tests are, because like some professors, they are teachers. They usually do it that way, where like they make it super hard, right?
Yeah.
Because you have access to the code. I mean, Java, obviously, right? So he's good. But if you don't, then he has to make it easy.
Yeah, exactly.
But like since so as long as you maybe get to like 90% of like the program that he wants you to do, and maybe does he care if you like you won't have time to comment it at all. But that's the thing. During the
Yeah.
exam, if you comment it will take too long.
Exactly.
So
Oh,
like,
do I have to put a
let's see.
static void main string
Yeah, every time, yeah.
here?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, put it afterwards. Public static void main. Public static void main, yeah. And you're gonna call mat stuff. String bracket args. Empty bracket and args. And then what does he want you to do though? I forgot what he wanted you to do. What does he want you to do?
Do I have to put a capital here? No.
No, like you have to put something inside main. Like you know how like you have public static void main. You have to call out mat stuff inside the main.
Like what do you mean?
Okay, so line 9, you can't just like call public static void main without doing anything. you have to put an open bracket. So what you have right there is fine. It's after this. So you know the semicolon there. Take that out. Yeah, and put in like open braces. Open brace, and then inside here we're gonna do something. We're gonna call out mat stuff. But what does he want you to do though? Like what are you gonna put inside mat stuff?
It doesn't say.
Oh, the supposed mat is this one, 1490, I think.
Oh.
And you're gonna call it mat 2, yeah. So this mat 2, I think, is gonna be that one that he gave you. Or
Is it int?
it's gonna be in the double bracket. And then whatever do you remember how to define it that way? He wrote it this way, but you cannot define it the way he wrote it. You have to define it by what?
Like this.
Okay.
Right.
With another brace, right? Double brace.
Another brace like this?
Yeah, and 1490, and then
1 4.
With commas, yeah.
4, comma 9, comma 0.
And then close brace, and then comma open brace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2, comma 7, comma 8, comma 6.
Yeah.
Comma 5, comma.
Okay, and then you're gonna call. Now you defined it. You initialize declared. Now you're gonna call the mat stuff with mat 2. Why is it saying mat 2 though? Oh right, it's gonna be row 2. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Mat stuff, mat 2. Yeah. I think that's what it is.
It says after the method called mat stuff, like it says this right here.
Mat 2, yeah. Call mat stuff mat 2. Try do that. Or mat 2, yeah. Mat 2, comma 2.
So it goes into mat stuff.
You just have to call it out. So now you don't have to initialize because you're just using the method. So mat stuff, and then and put in mat 2 inside. It's a method. It's a method, right?
Yeah. Wait, like this?
Yeah, and then what do you feed it? Mat 2, yeah. Mat 2.
It says, I think is it a period or a comma?
It's a comma, but the thing is, the way you initialized it, you know how you line 10 you put mat 2?
Yeah.
You could put it as mat, but that's what he would do. But I think what you have to do is mat 2, comma 2.
Mat 2, comma 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
mat 2, comma 2. Yeah, that's what you have to do. And does it have system.out print line? It doesn't, so you have to system.out print line that by a for loop. Which, oh yeah, this is a matrix. I think it's fine. Let's look at it. I think you have to do a double for loop. Do you remember that one? Or I did have a code. Oh, maybe you should just, I did have a code for this. Do you remember I had it like you can print out the whole entire matrix?
Yeah, let me see which one it is.
And you can just call that.
I think it was like assignment.
Oh yeah, for the exams, that's what I usually do. I write out those methods ahead of time. And instead of writing it, because he just wants the answer. Or does he care if you put the method in the exam?
No, I don't think he does.
Okay, so yeah, if you have those methods, it'll be quick and easy.
No.
Forgot what
Yeah,
what number it was.
Was it one of the recent ones?
It was the last time one.
Okay, last time. Well, this is 13. Is it this
There you
one?
go. Print matrix right there, 26 to 30.
This?
Yeah, just copy that 26 to 30 and then put it like before the main. Put it like before line 9. Yeah, and then just call that out. So on line 17, call out print matrix. Or line 16, actually just print out. Let me think, because this math stuff you're feeding it to, the output is what? That's the thing. The output is what?
What do I fix this arrays thing too?
Oh yeah. Before this, import Java utils.
Where? Up here?
Beforehand, yeah. Import Java. Import. You have to put import first. Import java.util. A small j. Dot. The shortcut to this is just putting a wildcard. So dot asterisk. Put an asterisk. An asterisk. Like I think.
Oh, what are those again?
I think it's 8. I don't know for you, but like for me it's 8.
That?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's a wildcard. Yeah, that means that it will import everything in tail package.
Okay.
And then put back the array, the one that you. Wasn't it arrays or array?
There's arrays.
Okay, good. Okay. But the thing is, like this math stuff, mat2, comma 2. What is this outputting? Equals
The
row.
matrix.
Let's go back to the options or the choices that you have. Okay, it is a matrix. Okay, it's a matrix. So let's just call out print matrix to it. Print matrix mat stuff. I don't have that because like this line 9 looks weird. That's why. And he doesn't even have a return function. So let's just try. On line 19, let's call out print matrix. And then we'll put the thing inside, the mat stuff inside. Okay, let's see if this one will work. Void not allowed. So let's see. Line 19, print matrix. It doesn't return anything.
Yeah.
It should return a matrix because on line 5 it returns void. That's why. Yeah, like on line 5 it returns void. Take out the void and then like. Let's see, matrix void on line 5 you said public static void.
Yeah.
The void you should change that to like a matrix.
It said public static void.
Where does it say that on?
Here.
Yeah, but then you won't be able to output the whatever's inside.
No public static main?
Int. Because it is an int double bracket, int double bracket. Yeah, and then try compile run.
It's saying return statement.
Okay, and type in return, because we that's the thing, that you're gonna have problems when you don't have a return
Here?
statement.
On 11?
After line 9.
Okay.
After line 9, yeah. So return your matrix.
Just match?
Yeah. Let's see if that works, or you have to put in a double bracket. There you go. Perfect.
0. Okay, so it's already either one of these two. 2786. Okay, it's A.
It's A.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's the trick you have to play. Did you see what we did there? Like sometimes you have to do this in the exam. You got to figure it out, but it's good to have the methods there.
Yeah.
But did you get why it didn't work for void? Did you get that part?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, awesome. That was it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's not what. So what do you think? It's all of that is doable, right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Let me know if you have anything else. I think these are pretty good. Usually we don't ever like finish. So.
Yeah, I know.
I know. This is probably the first time we actually finished all the way.
Yeah, there's literally nothing else. That's it.
Okay. So for the next one, yeah, I think it's good that we only meet like once because then it piles up and then we can just attack it all at once.
Yeah, I agree.
And my time is also really like hard to deal with. But so yeah, let's just send me what you have and then we'll do it again next week.
Okay, awesome. So we'll keep the Sunday at 2.
Yeah, 2 to whatever time, 4:30 or
Okay.
5, doesn't matter.
Awesome. Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, good luck on your exam.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right.